dinner a little bit earlier. The equivalent of like 16 bucks for a dry aged filet mignon with au poivre peppercorn sauce. That was pretty fantastic. How was your steak?
My steak is really wonderful.
Yay.
They made me a steak because I needed something gluten free.
Yeah, a little bit of a challenge. Gluten free.
Just found out I have celiac, so we need to find me gluten free foods.
And I just remembered to take off the ND filter because it's not direct sunlight, and I'm so badly sleep deprived, I'm making really stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
Like, really stupid. It's been a tough day.
Yeah, we have been up for
Just guess.
28 hours and have not slept yet.
About 31 for me, somewhere in there. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it was the most difficult, most stressful travel day, physically, mentally, and emotionally, that either one of us had ever experienced.
Agreed.
It stressed us beyond our coping skills. I'm going to be scarred from this day. I'm going to be very sore. We're going to have to digest everything that went wrong. And after we finish filling out that journal or that library of journals of everything that went wrong, we'll carefully parse through it and try to document why and how you can avoid some of those same errors. Some of them, the way we did it, on a shoestring budget, I'm afraid there's just no easy way to do it. So, traveling with two kitties with two people, because you're allowed one animal per person on cabin if you want to go that route, and we insisted. So two full-size cats, two full-size carry-on luggage, max size, plus two maxed out personal items. That's three big bags that are each one of them way overweight per person, trying to get down narrow little aisles in an airplane, tripping over everybody's everything and straps and stuff hanging out of everything. It was absolutely infuriating. The bags would not cooperate. They kept flipping and twisting and getting caught on stuff constantly. Yeah, so that was good fun. So if you do have to travel with pets and want to have them in the cabin, don't take two extra big, heavy, stupid bags at the same time. Just, I don't know, throw them in the toilet and keep flushing. And we're extremely sleep deprived, and we've about had it. We're going to walk a little bit more. Hello, everyone. Good evening from Tirana. It is London, and
April.
we made it. We finally made it. We're super exhausted. It's July 20th, and it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit today. We were definitely feeling that, and also feeling a chronic lack of sleep. Since it's only day 4, we're still doing the jet lag thing, still getting our times regulated. And last night was Spain versus Argentina World Cup. And if you know anything about the Euros, they are insane for their football. Yeah, we could see through the window of our little apartment here one of the screens, which was maybe 30 feet away.
Yeah.
So it was quite loud. But
And across the street in the park, there was a huge crowd. They had multiple screens up so that the locals could just come hang in the park and watch the game.
it was a really great energy, though. It was really cool to see, grandmas and grandpas and little kids and absolutely everybody just cheering and going crazy. It's really a neat vibe. Our airport adventures were tough, as recorded in a previous clip, which will play probably out of order because I'm so confused and tired. But our plan, or the way we decided to go around this, was to bring everything over in one go. We're not on the kind of budget where we decided to hire a freight handling company. That just wasn't a great option for us. Because getting the luggage up to this room, which was really difficult to find, we we booked it, or I booked it when I booked the flight through Google Flights, and it is through booking.com, but it's like a little room that is almost impossible to find inside of a building full of like 20 other businesses. So it was a little adventure story just getting here, and then getting the luggage up here was a heck of an ordeal, but we did make it. And we've been having so much fun exploring the neighborhood slowly because of the heat, but
Yeah, today it hit 100. It is now about 6:30 p.m. and it finally has cooled down to 94 degrees
hooray,
Fahrenheit.
hooray.
Still not used to the Celsius yet. I will learn it though.
When you have that much luggage, you really need to use the biggest luggage cart you can find. Departing from SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma Airport, we did run into a guy that had an enormous flat cart, so we managed to get everything in one go. But in the airport in Tirana, which was really packed when we landed at 12:30 p.m., it was a very busy airport at that time. There are luggage carts there. They're smaller, and they're located on the far wall behind the luggage carousel. So just keep going straight through customs, which was so easy. I didn't even realize that we had gone through customs. You literally walk up, scan your passport, keep walking, and you're done. Nobody asks you anything. Nobody goes through your stuff. It was remarkably easy peasy. So that was cool. Found the luggage carts. They're smaller. We ended up needing 3 of them. And they take coins, which somebody had, because I had some coins from my first exploratory trip to Albania, where I stayed in Tirana for a couple of months in 2024. I didn't think I would bother hanging on to the metal coins. I thought that was more of a novelty, but April had them and gave them back to me because I needed coins to get the carts out, so that was pretty cool. And we finally made our way outside. April stayed inside the cool air with the cats to keep them from dying of heat stroke. So went outside. I got a little confused for a while. What you do is just head straight out the exit, keep going forward out into where you see the taxis are turning around and picking people up. It's a little confusing because there's action all around, but just keep going forward and then find the guys with the collared short sleeve white shirts, and they're essentially the managers or the supervisors, and they can arrange a ride. It looked like we were going to need to take 2 taxis and be separated to get all the luggage accommodated. I went back and got April. We went back out to the guy, but he did find a van, which they call a Furgon here, and it worked out to be 52 euro equivalent, which wasn't bad. It's like a 25-minute drive from the airport to where our apartment is here, which is literally across the street from Arinia Park in Tirana. And so the ride was great. The driver was good, even though he spoke very little English. I was told at the airport that they took a credit card, and that was not the case. Don't be fooled by this. Don't be optimistic and think you can get by with just cards. You've probably heard it 1,000 times, and it's very true. So when we arrived here, parked on this really busy street with a no parking spot, I had to literally run up and down the street and find an ATM machine, figure it out. Thankfully, having been here before, that wasn't so bad. And then the ordeal of finding our room, but it worked out. It worked out just fine. And we had.
Yeah, you literally confirmed multiple times with the gentleman that yes, they took a card, but then when we got dropped off, the driver was the one who said, no, no card, cash.
It's a cash is king society. That's the way it is. And interpersonal connections are everything. Don't rely on finding a website for the place that you're going to or the business you're dealing with. Face to face communication is king, and cash is king. So they're a keep it simple kind of society. We found out, just to complicate our interesting life abroad, two weeks before coming, that April has celiac disease. And if you know anything about the cuisine here, it's loaded with yummy gluten. So this has been an interesting challenge. We have found a very cool restaurant with gluten-free options called Tony's American Restaurant, ironically. And Tony is not an American, he's an Albanian. He's a really tremendously good gentleman. We chatted with him after having our second really great meal there. Delicious salmon, and then again, salmon eggs Benedict with poached, the most amazing, bright, golden, yummy, rich eggs you've ever had in your life. It was tremendous. We had another great meal right here at Cafe Muliri, which is about a 1 minute walk from this room. Best shakshuka I've ever had in my life, and it was $6.50. I'm a foodie, so when I when I say it's the best I've ever had, my mind is blown.
I also was able to, I explained to them, that I had celiac, and they understood. Part of what I had read in some of my research before coming is that in Albania, they're not as familiar with celiac, but this particular cafe actually was very well informed. So they made sure that I was able to have a meal also that did not include gluten, and actually substituted the bread that should have come with my meal with a nice big chunk of cheese. It was fantastic.
Specialty diets are not well accommodated. They are learning. They are becoming more educated on this year by year. But just be aware of that and do your due diligence. Actually, we ran into a family from Oregon at the airport. We're hoping to meet up with them. Cody and I can't remember the gentleman's name, but we'll see how that goes. Went downstairs to get a haircut yesterday morning. I did. The little barber shop right here, it was closed, but I walked by this doorway that was open, and inside was a giant, like, 1970s old school disco ball with lights, different colored lights, and I thought, oh, this is too groovy. So I popped in to see this groovy disco ball place and bumped into a dude from California named Brandon. Super friendly, great, it was dumping all kinds of local knowledge on me, and I said, wait a minute. Went up and grabbed April, and we came down and chatted for quite some time, and had some drinks at his place. It's a nightclub. It's like a little nightclub bar, inside, outside, hangout. It's called _the bar on Instagram, and it's an LGBTQ friendly nightclub, the first of its kind in Tirana. So culturally, this place is, in some ways behind and still catching up, but it was just really charming to see that and see that he's doing well here. Gluten-free octopus dinner. April had never had octopus, thankfully. How'd they do?
Oh, it was fantastic. It was so tender. It was wonderful.
So amazing seafood here, and they know what they're doing with food. The food's legendary.
And that was directly across the little alley from the bar.
Yeah, like a 4-second walk. It was something else. And we just met, had a delightful time just like an hour ago with Steve and Kathy, who we met in the online community smileabroad.al, which is run by Sam and Spencer. Shout out to those awesome gentlemen. Thank you for all the generous knowledge. We can't wait to see you when we get down there. This Thursday, we're going to run down to Vlora. We're getting a bus, renting a private bus through Taxi Landy, and we're going to take all of our stuff once again, go to Vlora and look for our long-term rental, meet up with the expats at Cafe 1912, see everybody that we can, and carry on the adventure. So we just wanted to give you a little update that even though we're tremendously sleep deprived, we're in good spirits, and we'll be happy to share more as we learn it. Thank you.